Ciao everybody! Welcome to La Tavola di Tracy. We are in my kitchen though, so La Cucina di Tracy. I just wanted to cook something really easy and delicious. And I know recently I asked you guys what you wanted to see me cook or wanted tutorials in. And one of the biggest things that I got back from people was pasta. Literally any kind of pasta. So I heard you, I got it. Tonight I'm making smoked salmon pasta. This is a dish that my dad has been making for a very long time. It's really good and it's great any time of year. Traditionally, this is actually cooked in like winter time, so we're kind of off season, but it's so good and so delicious. Hey Alex, it's so delicious. It's just one of those things that is really, so it's made in a cream sauce, and it's like your typical smoked salmon, comes in a package kind of like this in the refrigerated section. It's just really creamy and it's not fishy. This particular kind of salmon, smoked salmon that I got, is smoked with applewood. So it's gonna be really good. It's good with any kind of salmon. Usually the higher the price, the better the quality. This particular one I got from Trader Joe's. I picked it because of the applewood smoked. And kudos to Jesse, my wonderful fiance, who suggested this one because it's going to bring a new like depth of flavor to the dish. Little sweet, little smoky. It's going to be good. All right, so I have a pot of boiling water going. I have my garlic simmering in some olive oil. Just to give the olive oil a little bit of flavor. It's really a really easy dish to make. This is not going to be a long video. So for those of you that are joining, stick around. Promise I won't be on here for the usual like 30, 45, 60 minutes that that my previous videos have been. So cheers. If you're cooking with me, make sure that you have your shallot coarsely chopped and the salmon, the smoked salmon, coarsely chopped as well. Salted water boiling. I'm going to use tonight penne pasta because that's traditionally what it's made with. Penne does a really good job, that particular kind of pasta. It looks like this. Penne does a really good job of holding in flavors and attaching to sauces. All pastas do, but certain types of pastas are good or better with other sauces. Fun fact, don't know if you knew that, but anyway, cool. So garlic is pretty much roasted. I'll probably take that out now. Hey Jake. So I'll take out the garlic clove. No one, well, most people, I'm not going to say no one because there are some people, most people don't want to bite into a garlic clove. All I did was I smashed that with my knife to release some of the aroma and the oils. And then I put it in the olive oil to roast just for a few minutes. So let's put the pasta in first because this is going to take only a few minutes to cook, and I want the pasta to be done before I sauce it up. My pan is a little hot, so I'm going to take it off the heat for a second. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the salmon, and the salmon's going to go on first. So all my ingredients are chopped up. They all look good. We're just gonna slide the salmon on there. And I took it off the heat because so the smoked salmon is already cooked, guys. In case you didn't know, when you smoke something, you're cooking it. So it's already cooked. What I'm really doing here is I'm just infusing some of the flavor of the oil in with the salmon, and it'll cook the salmon a little bit more. You don't want it to be overcooked or like, you know, like, what am I looking for here? Too rubbery, because sometimes that'll happen too. So we'll get a nice pink on it. You see how it changed colors right there? So now we act quickly, guys. We gotta put in the shallot. I like a lot of shallot, and traditionally my dad uses yellow onion or sweet onion. I decided to use a shallot because my better half does not like onions, and I totally get it. Shallots have a really subtle onion flavor.
I like onions, I just don't like bite into onions.
Okay, so apparently he likes onions.
I like the taste of onions, I just don't like biting into them.
Yeah.
That's why shallots are easier and better.
I mean, I get it. I think shallots are good. I prefer shallots to onions as well, so you can use either or. Or if you don't want onions, or anything in the onion family, you don't have to use them. You know, I was thinking about this earlier in the store. I was like, you know, what would be really good? Probably leeks. Leeks would be really good in this meal. Give the pasta a stir. So we're gonna let the shallots become translucent. Make sure that they release all their oils, all the flavors. We'll also add, so this is not, I don't think I added it in the recipe card on my Instagram story, but I like to add a few fresh, what am I saying here? Freshly chopped tomatoes, because it gives a little bit of acidity to the dish that it honestly needs. You can also use tomato paste or a tiny bit of tomato sauce. I like the fresh tomatoes because, well, depending on what brand you buy, fresh tomatoes are better, more delicious, and they just taste fresh. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever had like canned vegetables and you're like, not the same, but it's an okay replacement? I feel the same way about tomatoes. I'd rather use fresh tomatoes in every case. So the pasta's cooking. The shallots are translucent and the tomatoes are sauteing nicely. So now from here, it's really easy. We're gonna add, I'm gonna give this another stir, another little stir. All right. And then we add the cream, and you can use half and half too. So it doesn't have to be heavy whipping cream. I usually use, this is 1 pint. I use almost the entire thing with the exception of a couple tablespoons in the event that this cooks a lot faster than I thought it would, or it becomes too thick. If it becomes too thick, you can either add water, or pasta water is even better, or the last little tablespoon that you got in there. Hi! A little rosé. So whenever you're drinking wine or pairing wine with an Italian meal, traditionally, seafood or any kind of fish dish, even if it's pasta, you eat or you drink white wine or rosé. With this particular dish, I'm going to drink rosé because it's summertime. I don't really I'm not really feeling white tonight, so rosé it is. When I pair wine, my friend James said, when I pair wine with an Italian meal, I choose beer. Hey, you know what? There's a lot of Italians that do like beer. Peroni is probably one of the more well-recognized brands, Italian beer brands. But it's good. I love a good Peroni with like, especially pizza. Beer and pizza go so well together. And even in Italy, it's a thing. Like, you go and you get pizza, beer is the way to go. You can have it with wine, of course, but beer and pizza pair so nicely together. So we're gonna give this a little stir. Really now you're just waiting for the sauce to thicken. So you'll probably see it here in a few minutes. It's gonna foam up really nicely. That's when you know you need to stir it, is when it starts to foam a little bit. Beer and pizza go great together. My gut is living proof. Yep. Couldn't agree more, brother. Couldn't agree more. So the pasta's looking pretty good. Remember, I like to cook my pasta al dente because look at that hair. Pairs good with your great food. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, recently got my hair done, yesterday actually. So I am blonde again and it feels great. Love it. So anyway, I like my pasta pretty al dente because I always end up finishing the pasta in with the sauce. So in the heated pan, the pasta ends up cooking just a few minutes more. So I take that into account whenever I'm cooking my pasta. What's up, babe?
Nothing, turkey.
Cool. So I'm gonna drain the pasta. I'm gonna be out of frame for just a second. And use some cold water to stop the cooking process. So you guys can probably see the pan right now is foaming. So that means I need to go over there and stir it up. Stir it up, stir it up. All right. Yeah, you see that? All right. So give her a little stir. It'll go back down. But it's good. It means the sauce is thickening. I'm sure there's another way to describe this process. I'm not classically trained. I'm not a chef by any means. This is just the way I cook and jive with the food. So I make up my own terms. How about that? So we're just gonna let this reduce. I don't add any salt to the dish until it's completely done cooking because smoked salmon is already pretty salty. Sometimes it's even peppery. This one was not. It's just smoked with applewood planks. So I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper. Just give it a little kick. Yeah, that's good. So this is my Sunday meal, guys. Little pasta. I'm making a side salad with it with my white wine vinaigrette. I made a superfood salad today. These are golden berries. They're superfood. They're really good for you. But I wanted to give some sort of like acidic light side to the dish because this dish is pretty heavy. Like I said, normally this dish is made in the winter time, or traditionally my dad has always made it in the winter time. So I mean, honestly, you can have it any time of year though. I know I've already said that, but it's just such a delicious dish. It's got a lot of flavor. The fish brings like a lightness to the cream sauce. I really do like it. It's just so good. So you can see that the sauce is starting to thicken quite a bit, which is good. It's very good. We need the sauce to thicken. We need it to reduce down so it's not so runny, I guess is the right word here. Something that I learned, actually, I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. Something that's I learned on, I think, Food Network. If you're ever cooking any kind of pasta sauce, you can give it a little stir, take your spoon, and wipe your finger across it. And if it stays, so like it's staying right now, the line is staying, it's not dripping over, the sauce is actually almost ready. So that's a really cool way to see if your sauce is ready or not. So I'm gonna kill the heat because we did the test. We don't want it to curdle, I don't want it to overcook. One thing I am going to do, there's no herbs in this sauce. It's a very simple sauce, as you guys can see. But what I'm going to do, I have some fennel here. And in order to give the plated dish a little bit of color, I'm going to add some fresh fennel greens. So I'll cut that up. I'm choosing fennel because it's very mild in flavor. I would never choose like basil or any other kind of dish, or I'm sorry, herb. Sweet. Oh my gosh. If you could smell it, you can smell that applewood. It smells so good. And the sauce looks really rich and creamy. The tomatoes are just perfect in their consistency. They're not completely they're not completely runny, you know what I'm saying? Or smushed. They're gonna be perfect. Look at that. So then we'll give her a nice stir. Make sure all of the pasta is coated with the sauce. Look at that. And it's perfectly cooked. Get a little So I tasted it just now. It does need a touch of salt. That's why I tell you not to do it until the very end. You do also salt your pasta water, so the last thing you want to do is have an overly salted dish. It has happened to me. I think it's happened to everybody. And it's really not, it's not good. It makes the dish inedible, to be honest. Oh yeah, so there we go. Perfect. Can you smell? Yeah, next time I will bring some food for sure. So that's it. It's super easy. Took me about 15 minutes to make. So now I'm gonna dress my salad. I'm gonna plate this up and I'll send you guys a picture. Thanks for joining me on this live cooking. I'll see you on #WineWednesday on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Cheers and happy Sunday. Ciao, everybody.
Ciao.
Ciao.